What's up guys, my name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be counting down the top 5 PvP special weapons in Destiny 2. So this is going to be all the weapons that use special ammo, so any of the weapons in the kinetic or the energy slot like shotguns, snipers, grenade launchers, and fusion rifles, these are all things that can be in this countdown. In this countdown you'll see a whole slew of different weapons. There's also multiple weapons in certain slots, as well as a bunch of honorable mentions at the very end. So if you did not see your weapon in this list for either the whole list or the honorable mentions, or even at the list at the very end, let me know in the comments down below if I have missed something. The rankings of these weapons are based on 3 major factors. First of all, the kill potential. How easy is it to get kills at different ranges? Secondly, how noob friendly is it? Somebody who doesn't play Crucible a lot, who's not very good, how easy is it for them to actually get kills with this weapon? And thirdly, the ability to find this weapon more actively in the wild, getting random rolls or just getting this weapon in general. The easier it is to get this weapon, the better it is to be able to get random rolls or just get your hands on this weapon to use in Crucible. And no Dychronic top 5 would be complete without a set of cute and fluffy and adorable animals just across the screen. It's my favorite part of the job, man. It's just looking up cute fluffy animals into Google and just it brings a smile to my face. So thank you so much for enjoying it and appreciating it, because I really enjoy doing it. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with number 5 in this top 5 countdown. Is going to be the legendary energy fusion rifles known as Aerentil FR4 and Loaded Question. Loaded Question being that pinnacle weapon from last season with Reservoir Burst, where if you have a full clip of 7 shots, you do extra damage and your target explodes. If you have double fusion rifle scavenger, you can get this to pull off, but it doesn't happen that often. Aerentil FR4 comes from the gunsmith, randomly rolled. You have a lot of options for range boost. You have the ability to get accelerated coils to bring it down to 860. There's a lot of really good stuff that you can do with both weapons, but overall these weapons are very nice to use, and people definitely underrate these weapons, and you can get some pretty insane ranges with these weapons that a lot of people will be surprised. So you can actually combat a lot of shotgunners by camping out certain corners, don't letting them get too close, and actually kill them before they can even reach you. If you don't have one, I would highly recommend you pick one up. Coming up at number 4 in this top 5 countdown is going to be the exotic shotgun known as the Chaperone. If you did not know, it is a precision slug shotgun, so it's all about shooting the precision shots, and it's not a spread burst shotgun, and this weapon can reach out to some pretty insane ranges. It can one-shot headshot, you can shoot somebody in the body and punch them. This weapon has a lot of uses to it, and a lot of really good players have been tearing up the Crucible for quite a while with this weapon. The only downsides to this weapon is the fact that it is an exotic weapon, so you can't use an exotic in any other slot. On top of that, it is a slug weapon. A lot of people will find a lot better use with these spread shotguns of the faster fire rate or the precision frames, which is what a lot of people are using in the Crucible. To be honest, I really have to give this weapon props to its aim assistance, because I get surprised how frequently I actually line up the headshot with this weapon and actually get a kill. I've been killed by this weapon so many times, flying through the air, sliding, jumping, going at Mach 5, and still getting one-shot headshotted by this weapon. If you haven't tried it, I would highly recommend you do. Coming up at number 3 in this top 5 countdown is going to be a 4-way tie for the Rapidfire Shotguns, including the Badlanders, Wishbringer, Threat Level, and Ikello Shotgun. Now, all 4 of these 140 RPM rapid-fire full-auto shotguns are incredibly useful in the Crucible, and they are extremely noob-friendly. If you don't know how to use many weapons in the game, or you're somewhat new or bad at Crucible, these shotguns are definitely the key, and the faster fire rate are also definitely the key. It allows you to miss a shot and follow up with a second shot very quickly, go up for that one-shot punch combo, or just 2-shot people in the body if they're a little bit farther range. This weapon can do some incredible damage. And on top of that, if you have a shotgun scavenger or 2 on your character, you can actually get enough ammo back to just expend 2 to 3 shots on every single person, and that makes it very, very easy to get a lot of kills. On top of that, these weapons are also incredibly easy to find. The Badlanders is a world engram that can drop from any legendary engram in the wild, from prime engrams, from the Tangled Shore, pretty much everywhere. On top of that, Wishbringer was a Crucible drop, so if you're playing Crucible, you can actually get one. And last season, Shaxx was offering the literal god roll that you could ever possibly have. There's literally no way to get better than it. It had things like full choke, accurized rounds, slide shot, snapshot, and range masterwork. The gun was literally broken. It is the best possible version you can have of the weapon. And on top of that, threat level if you want a kinetic version of it, and Ikello Shotgun if you don't have any of the other ones and you're more of a PvE player. It still does work, but it's still not as formidable as the other weapon. Moving on to number 2 in this top 5 countdown is going to be the legendary kinetic sniper rifle known as the Supremacy. This 140 RPM rapid-fire sniper rifle has some pretty incredible bits to it, and in my opinion, it's probably the best sniper for Crucible right now. There's a lot of reasons why this weapon is probably the best sniper rifle for Crucible. First of all, it has some pretty good perks on it. It can have snapshot, which is exactly what you want for a Crucible sniper rifle. However, it cannot have things like a moving target on it and a bunch of other stat-related things. But what makes this sniper rifle at number 2, and in my opinion, the best sniper rifle for Crucible, is going to be its aim assistance. At 77, it is some of the highest out of any sniper rifle I've seen. The other snipers I was considering, things like Fake Cries Foul, Long Shadow, Long Goodbye, Tartara Gaze, these all had significantly lower at like 60, 50, and even 30 aim assistance. The 77 of the Supremacy is really, really good. So if you're looking for some saucy headshots, even in the small amount of gameplay I was able to actually get kills with this weapon, I was able to get some pretty saucy headshots with this weapon. And on top of that, if you don't hit the headshot, you hit a body, you can very easily get back on target and get that second shot in the body because aim assistance is really good. To be honest, I'm not much of a sniper, so I can't really say much more to it, but if you're looking for a sniper rifle, Supremacy is definitely my recommendation. And finally, coming up at number 1 in this top 5 countdown is going to be the legendary shotguns known as Dychronic Blues and Retold Tale, one for the kinetic slot and one for the energy slot. You can have your choice on which precision frame shotgun that you want to have, and both of these weapons absolutely kick ass in Crucible. Now, the Dychronic Blues can be found in a bunch of different locations, including Tangled Shores, Spider Bounties, and a couple different lost sectors. Retold Tale can be found from anything relating to the Dreaming City. Now, both of these 65 RPM precision frame shotguns can reach out to some pretty incredible ranges in the Crucible, so as far as perks go, you want to go for everything that increases your range without sacrificing your spread. So perks I would recommend are things like Slide Shot, Snapshot, Moving Target, Quick Draw is also really nice to switch fast to the shotgun, very underrated in my opinion. As far as column 1 and 2, I would recommend anything with range boost that doesn't sacrifice the spread. For example, Full Choke and Small Bore are both fantastic. Smooth Bore does have the biggest range increase, but it also makes the spread go out a lot more. And finally, things like Accurized Rounds, Light Mag, even Assault Mag are definitely really good things to have on these weapons. And then finally, obviously, a range masterwork. You can never go wrong with a shotgun and a range masterwork. To be honest, there's not much to say about these weapons. They are number 1 for a reason. Long range shotguns have always been superior in a lot of PvP in a lot of different games, and they're still superior and do not fail to impress in Destiny 2. Anyways, that is it for the countdown. We're going to be moving on to the honorable mentions. On screen now you can see the full list of all the weapons I was considering for this video. First off, let's talk about Jotun. It's a very powerful fusion rifle. The explosion is really nice, but a lot of people know how to avoid it these days, and it's not as effective as it used to be. Next up, Wisdom Rebuke fusion rifle, high impact frame, comes with backup plan. This is going to be the one that's actually from collections, not the new random rolled ones. Although if you get a random one from that, it's also a very good version. I just like picking this one out of collections because it is standard and it works really well. Next up, for the alternative sniper rifles for the 90 RPM category, the Long Shadow, which is the Vanguard sniper rifle, and the Fake Cries Foul, that's the Crucible sniper rifle. Both of them can be found from their respective engrams from Zavala and Shax, and you can get a ton of them with Snapshot, Moving Target. There's a lot of options for them, and they both are really, really nice. One's kinetic, one's energy. You have your choice. Next up, talking about the Arbalist, which is the only exotic linear fusion rifle for the kinetic slot that uses special ammo. The fact that it uses special ammo got a lot of people's attention, but it doesn't have nearly the aim assistance or the recoil reduction that the other linear fusion rifles have, and has kind of fallen by the wayside in my opinion. I actually had this much higher in the list, and it got totally kicked out of the list because it's just not as effective as people make it out to be. The aim assistants suck. You never get those headshots when you need them unless they're not shooting at you, and when they are shooting at you, your recoil always makes you miss the entire time. The only reason it was good in the Revelry is because everyone was chucking nades, nobody was shooting at you, but now in the regular gameplay, it's not very good. And finally, the Mountaintop, which is the best in class grenade launcher for special ammo, can one shot to the body, can sit there as a landmine. It shoots perfectly straight. But it is somewhat difficult to use because it is a grenade launcher. It doesn't have the biggest explosions, and shotguns are often easier, and it's also really difficult to get. It took a long time to grind up those grenade launcher kills. But that is pretty much it. That is the end of the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you had any questions, if you had a different set of weapons you wanted to propose for this top 5. Let me know if there's something that I missed. I oftentimes miss a weapon or two I didn't even realize existed, so let me know in the comments down below. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys did enjoy. my name's been Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.